We take you now to Kingston, New York, site the start of the American Revolution. And Gerald Celente joining us via video Skype. Gerald, thanks for coming on. We're going to cover the waterfront today. I want to get into a whole bunch of stuff, but what do you make of this hypocrisy and Zuckerberg calling people dumb efforts? What do you make of Gruber admitting Obamacare is a giant screw job? I mean, you've worked as a consultant, as a lobbyist, as Fortune 500 guy. Why are these people so arrogant? You always speak to the white shoe boys and the Harvard Mafia. Well, that's where he's from, and now he's over at MIT producing lies to fool the American people. Why would he brag? Why would Zuckerberg brag? What's their problem?
Well, why are sociopaths sociopaths and psychopaths psychopaths? And going back to Zuckerberg talking about socialism in China, could anyone say communism? That's what it is. And remember who sold us out and when. It began with Bill Clinton. And as I keep thinking about this, and I keep thinking about that little grubby Gruber talking about how stupid we are and how they could pull things over our eyes. Also, Alex, I used to run political campaigns in Westchester County at a graduate school back in the early 1970s, and I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate. So I was right there. I was sitting in the back of the chamber with Malcolm Wilson, who was the governor, my boss, Al Abrams, nice guy, and the head of the Republican Party, Anderson, John Anderson. So I was right there. I saw what it looked like. I know the game. I know the way it's run. And what's going on is the system is being run by lowlifes who are, to me, nothing more than traitors to America. They are all traitors. Slick Willie Clinton, a traitor for selling us out to the Chinese with NAFTA, for selling us out with the other traitor, Robert Rubin, who deregulated the Glass-Steagall Act that allowed the banks to steal all our dough. Traitors, this guy Gruber. You could keep going after one after another and go back again to Zuckerberg, talking about China. Let's go back to 2 weeks after 9/11. Go look at what oil prices were back then. They were in the $20 a barrel range. And then when everybody wasn't looking, and the CIA liars, and I love the words that they use, the prostitute language. Remember, Alex, we always have to be proper because people don't like it when you're not proper. So we have to say the CIA misled. Misled? Grow up, Junior. They're liars. They lied us into the Afghan war. They lied us into the Iraq war. You remember those weapons of mass destruction and ties to Al-Qaeda. You remember that next mushroom cloud you see, Condoleezza Rice. Yeah, one liar after another. Now let's go back. 2 weeks after 9/11, zap, hey, Zuckerberg, China. They brought it into the World Trade Organization when no one was looking. And then you saw the increase in oil prices. You saw the phony boom start being built. They've sold us out. Clinton, Bush, Obama, Pelosi, Reid, McConnell, Graham, one after another. They are traitors to the Constitution, traitors to the Bill of Rights, traitors to America. All of these people are traitors, and they should be brought up on war criminal charges and treason against we the people and everything that we stand for.
I agree. And do you agree with me that clearly they're trying to start racial division and play the people off against the police when the police are obviously been federalized, a lot of bad stuff there, but the politicians want to get us all fighting with each other instead of realizing they're the enemy, and this is all a desperate tactic promoting all of this division?
Go back to our Spring Trends Journal. Went out 3 weeks before Ferguson. The article that we asked Dr. Paul Craig Roberts to write was Cops Gone Wild. how the police have gone wild in this country. It's more than a racial issue. It's an issue against we the people, that the traitors that have destroyed our Constitution and Bill of Rights with the so-called Patriot Act, with the National Defense Authorization Act, have robbed us of our rights and militarized our nation, particularly after 9/11. Racial? Hey, a racist nation? Are there racists in America? Of course there are. Hey, I'm an Italian American. You want to see discrimination? Hey, put on a show like The Sopranos with the Jewish people. Yeah, do one like that. Try it with the blacks. Hey, how about with the Spanish? Yeah, Rodriguez and Jose. Yeah, doing dirty deals. Try that one out. Are there racists? Are there bigots? Of course there are. Is America a racist nation? No. If we were a racist nation, Alex, would we have a black president? Hey, how about that attorney general? What color is he? I forgot about Condoleezza Rice. Remember her? What about Colin Powell? Hey, who's the head of Homeland Security? Johnson Watt? What color is your skin? I've had enough of it. Hey, who's the woman running national security? Oh, Susan Rice? Yeah, Rice? White as rice? No.
Stay there, Gerald Celente, and we'll give his website out when we come back. Friendsresearch.com, friendsresearch.com.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey clean water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit goberkey.com.
This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. A General Steel building can save you as much as half the cost and time of similar conventional construction. And we're offering rebates of up to $20,000 to help you build today. Call General Steel for free information that could save you thousands. Call 866-91-STEEL. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps, or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2014 for 30% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Do you have relatives and friends that are convinced there is no need ever to prepare for any kind of emergency? Are these also folks you buy Christmas presents for? At 30dayfoodsupply.com, we can solve both of these problems at the same time. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. We can ship your Christmas presents directly to them. Choose from our original $99 30-day food supply, our long-term storage vegan burger mixes, and other oatmeal, soups, porridges, beans, and granolas for everyday use. All products are non-GMO, MSG-free, and vegetarian. Most are gluten, soy, and nut-free. Call 541-229-0010 today. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low, cutting out the middleman by buying directly from their producers in Oregon. Remember, only $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website 30dayfoodsupply.com. Call 541-229-0010. 30dayfoodsupply.com. 541-229-0010.
Alex Jones here, back live. Gerald Celente from TrendsResearch.com and the Trends Journal riding shotgun with us. And we're not being negative here, bringing up the bad things. The system always says, oh, don't get angry, don't be negative. There's so much good stuff in the world that's why I'm angry and upset. I want to defend it. I don't want to be a slave. But you really can't doubt the fact that tyranny's moving on all fronts. I've criticized the militarization of police. I've exposed it probably like nobody else. But then I can see the feds trying to come in and make every evil in the world about the police when it's worldwide. The federalization, the globalization, the militarization has been happening as criminal ruling classes move from free market to crony systems. Gerald Celente, I want to start getting into the top trends of 2015, your new journal that's just about to come out, that's just invaluable reading. Hope everybody goes to trendsresearch.com and subscribes, or at least signs up for your free alerts and looks at the 2015 forecast. You're going to give us a first look here today. But in this short segment, what do you think the state of the world itself is? Obama says that he stabilized the world and that it's never been more secure. Hagel said the world's never been more insecure, so he fired him. What is the real state of the world overall in your view?
We're heading toward world war. It's blowing out all over the place. Anybody that's half awake and listening to and watching what's going on can see it. And I want to stay on this China issue again with Zuckerberg sucking up over there. Or Zuckerberg, maybe, would be more appropriate.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Commie Zuckerberg.
There we go.
There you go.
And you look what's going on here and around the world. You go back to one of our top trends for 2014, China Boomtown. America's in the business of war. China's in the business of business. They're buying up the world, and they're buying up America. Hey, folks, you like that? Obama always calls everybody folks. Yeah, folks. Folks, you like that Smithfield pork? Hey, owned by China, huh? Oh, yeah. Hey, how about that Waldorf Astoria in New York? Hey, Chinese just bought it for $2 billion, didn't they? Oh, where are they getting the dough? Ah, yes. Just did another deal right here in New York. Only about $1 billion. Who's funding it? The Chinese National, or the Chinese Bank? Communist government. You go look what's going on over there in Portugal. You know, they're privatizing everything.
And my problem, I mean, I want to get into what real privatization is, but the Communist Chinese already, every month I see where they're controlling TV shows, movies, what can be published. Michael Savage couldn't even get his book promoted anywhere. The publisher wouldn't promote it because the Chinese threatened him because he criticized. I mean, the Communist China is a big fat censor. That's my problem.
Well, again, they're communists. I mean, I grew up most of my life teaching us to hate communists. Hey, those Russians, they're no good. But those Chinese commies, our kind of guys. Gee, I wonder why. Couldn't be because of all of the American manufacturers that sold us out and brought all their cheap their product over there to be made by slave labor. So the Chinese communists are good commies. Oh, those Cubans, they're bad commies too. There's only good commies and bad commies. It's all about business, Alex. And that's what I want to talk about. The business of business is China, and China's buying up the world. And you look at the numbers. As I said, privatization going on all throughout Europe. It's not privatization. It's selling off valuable public assets at bargain basement prices to do dirty deals with your pals. They just had a big auction in Portugal. You know what the major language was of the people bidding? Mandarin. You look what's going on in Canada. Look what's going on in the United States. The Chinese economy's collapsed. The smart money over there knows it. There's 70 million, that's right, million vacant luxury apartments. Entire cities that are vacant. Their bubble has burst. Look, they lowered interest rates 40 basis points trying to pump this thing up. Goes back to the trends of 2015. One of them is called price wars. Why? Because there's oversupply and overcapacity of just about everything. It's not only oil prices that are going down because of oversupply and less demand. It's copper prices, it's corn prices, it's iron ore. You could buy rebar, reinforcement rod. A ton of reinforcement rod over in China costs less than a ton of cabbage. So what they're doing, they are aware of the collapse that's coming. They're taking their money and they're buying up the world. You better learn how to speak Chinese and learn how to be a better commie, because the politicians in this nation have sold us out and continue to do so.
And they love it. It's like Gruber. It's one thing to raise rates and rip off poor people and cut their health care, but he enjoys it. Enjoys lying, enjoys cheating, enjoys screwing people over. A bunch of low-life, degenerate, filthy scum, but we've let them do it. So it's our fault, because we're a bunch of chumps.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200-million-year-old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.
As the year is coming to a close, we all pause to reflect on what's happened in the past year. We take a step back and thank God for what we have. I'm David Hall, founder of Diamond Gusset Jeans. At Diamond Gusset, we are celebrating the brush fires of liberty that are spreading across this great nation. Another thing we are celebrating is you. Without the valued listeners of Alex Jones and our loyal customers, we wouldn't be here today. We offer a wonderful online shopping experience. If you receive a pair that doesn't fit, send them back and we'll exchange them at no cost to you. Beat the shopping rush by visiting us at gusset.com and join our email newsletter to receive some great holiday discounts. And paying no attention to political correctness, Diamond Gusset wants to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thanks for believing in our dream, the original 100% American-made Diamond Gusset jean.
We've got it. This transmission is coming to you.
Waging war on corruption.
All right, you are go.
It's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the info war.
We see the Earth. We've got it.
My friends, I want to thank you all with this Christmas coming up for your support of the broadcast. I am very humbled by the millions of listeners we have. I'm very humbled by the fact that you put up with me, because regardless of how I deliver information, some of it good, some of it bad, we are trying to tell the truth and trying to promote liberty and freedom and to try to build a platform for other great folks to promote their platforms, because we're all in this together. So this Christmas, please think about InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsShop.com, same URL, to do your Christmas shopping. And as long as you order by the 17th, whether it's a Molon Labe camo, long sleeve, made in America shirt, or whether it's a come and take it, pro Second Amendment short sleeve shirt in men's or women's, whether it's high quality supplements at InfoWarsLife.com, whether it's a commemorative Molon Labe silver coin, only 500. We've already sold out of 1/5 of them since I launched it yesterday, or Molon Labe belt buckles. It's all available at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com. And Oxy powder, developed by Dr. Group, is revolutionary, time-released oxygen in the intestines to flush out and detox like nothing else. Rob Dew, in 1 week, lost 18 pounds of stuff that was in there. The average person has more than 20. And this is something that is so affordable. On average, you got about 3 detoxes, or enough to do 3 weeks of this. So every few months you can do it. That's, you know, 3-4 months supply in one bottle of Oxy powder. And we've got it available and discounted at InfoWarsLife.com. We did sell out of several of the nutraceuticals, like the Secret 12, but we have a limited supply, we hope, coming in very, very soon. We have more of the OcuPower back in. These really are revolutionary products where we go out and find the most powerful missing links out there, like iodine deficiency, and people aren't getting the right type of bioavailable iodine. We have the true Nation Iodine, Deep Earth Crystal Source, and Survival Shield X2 and Classic Survival Shield, all available, and a lot of specials running at InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. Gerald Celente is our guest, TrendsResearch.com. Gerald, I want to give you the floor now, you know, for the next 10 minutes or so, and then I want to get into some other topics with you, to look at the big trends of 2015 and also looking back on the trends of 2014, 2013 that you unfortunately very accurately gauged. And in your trends, I want to get your take on Russia, because you were talking about that a few years ago. I don't lionize Russia, but as you know, they're really trying to destabilize it. They're trying to cut off their pipelines. They're trying to screw up their deals. They're lowering oil prices to try to bankrupt them, so that then there'll be no competition. They can jack it up as high as they want, in my view. And a lot of mainline analysts, not just you or Dr. Paul Craig Roberts or myself, are saying this could lead to actual war. Is there no amount of hubris out of these Harvard mafia people that, though they act like miscreant weasels, are in control of the nuclear arsenal?
Well, again, you know, we're looking at who they are, and everything they do, they turn to disaster. There's not one thing that anybody could point to that says, look at the great job that the D.C. gang has done, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in education, whether it's in military, whether it's in the environment, whether it's in food safety. Go up and down the list. And before I go on, I want to also encourage all the listeners of InfoWars to support what you're doing, as you know that we do, and we advertise in InfoWars magazine, because you're one of the few people out there, along with a number of us, that are concerned with the truth. And the truth isn't abstract. I'll give you an example why it's not abstract. It begins with our conversation today about the CIA, quote, misleading. It's not misleading, it's lying. There's a lie and a truth. It's not about banks misleading or misdeeds. It's about corruption, and thievery. So that there is a truth. And when enough people support the truth, then the truth, as they say, shall make us free. So I really encourage everyone during this holiday season to do what they can to keep promoting your voice of freedom. And as we look at the whole situation of what's devolving and the bigger picture is that we see in 2015 is this is the year of the game changer. Look what's going on in the markets as we're speaking. All of a sudden, the markets are now under pressure. The Shanghai index today lost over 5%. It's down over 2% across Europe. Again, what's going on in oil? Yes, it's an oversupply issue, but it's a lack of demand issue. Because when you go through all of the commodities, again, whether it's corn, whether it's iron ore, whether it's copper, you're looking at 5-year lows. You're looking at a global slowdown. And the way they get your mind off the global slowdown is with war. And going back to Russia, how they've taught us how to hate Russia. And you well know we were on top of this. We saw it coming with the Sochi Olympics. Again, prior to the destabilization of the Ukraine. Hey, Alex, don't go to Sochi, because if you get on one of those airplanes, watch out for those toothpaste bombs. Who can make this stuff up? I'll tell you who. A bunch of sick SOBs. Hey, Alex, don't go to Sochi. Not if you like animals, because they're shooting all those stray dogs. And don't drink the water. No, no, no. It's all yellow. Yeah. And hey, those hotel rooms, they're garbage. They started to defame Russia before it happened. By the time the Olympics began, America's perception of Russia was at a 1994 low. I'll tell everyone out there listening, you want to get into a good business? You could do it cheaply, doesn't have to make any sense, and you can make a lot of dough doing it. Propaganda, that's the business to get into. Watch out for those ISIS, fear and hysteria. All of the propaganda coming out against Russia. Let's put this into perspective. Every week, if not every day, we keep hearing about Russian troop movements, Russian tanks, Russian armored vehicles flooding over the Russian border into Ukraine. Hey, Alex, have you seen any pictures yet? Nothing. They show us nothing. Hey, this world of selfies? You can't show us one photo? No, I'll tell you why. Because they're liars. They're sociopaths. They are leading us to war. The global economy is collapsing. Only a psychopath would want to put sanctions on Russia that only hurts really the Europeans, because we don't do that much business with them, at a time when the European economy is in the crapper. Oh, that's right. Unemployment in Italy? Yeah. It's at record lows. Yeah, over 13%. There's look what happened today in the Greek stock market. Now you turn on CBS, Bloomberg, you see the little prostitutes come out there and say how there's recovery over there in Greece. They're out of a recession. Gee, wonder why the market's down 11% today. So you can see only a moron, a psychopath, and a sociopath would put sanctions on Russia. Now that Russians are putting sanctions on the Europeans, and who is it hurting? Well, it's hurting the small people in Europe. Yeah, the ones that used to sell product to Russia. So they're destroying the global economy. And when I said before, Alex, this isn't a throwaway line, that Obama, who's launched a war against Syria, that's dropping bombs on a sovereign nation, and you remember the line about that humanitarian mission? No, we're not going back in Iraq. No, no, no. We're there on a humanitarian mission to save those Christians on the mountain and them Yazidis. You know what a Yazidi is. I'm sure you got them all over San Antonio. We got to save them too. No, it's not all those bombing runs they're doing every day. And who's he doing it with? Doesn't even ask Congress. Congress doesn't even care. They're traitors. These people are committing treason. They're treasonous acts, and no one wants to call it what it is. They're treasonous acts of war. They're treasonous acts that are robbing us of our constitutional rights, of our Bill of Rights, and our money, because they make up things. One of the top trends, oh, by the way, we have decided, we selected the people for InfoWars to hear our list of top 10 trends, of top trends for 2015 before anyone else. They just went out to our subscribers as we're talking. We also had a conference here in Colonial Kingston this last Saturday. A video of that is also available, a 5-hour conference we put on. And people, if they go to our website, they can sign up to get that as well. But we selected InfoWars because these are the people of all of the media that's putting out to the people freedom of speech, thought, and spirit. No one is doing it to the level that you are. So we decided this is the one we're going to first. And going back to the top trends, bankism. People are saying this is a failure of capitalism. No, it's not. It's bankism. The banks are in control. And the person that's writing this story for us in the Trends Journal, and we have the synopsis out now, is Nomi Prinz, who, of course, wrote that great book, All the President's Bankers. So, don't complain about capitalism. 4 words killed it. Everybody knows what they are. Too big to fail. Brought to you by Henry Paulson, former CEO of the Goldman Sachs gang, now playing big roles as Frankenstein in a freak show near you. What else do we have? Hey, the grand manipulation. It is no free markets. Everything is rigged. We know LIBOR is rigged. Only to $700 trillion. That's right, the interest rates. But we're not going to punish anybody. No. They're just misdeeds, and they misled. So we'll only fine them. And the same thing with the Forex, the currency exchange, of which they trade $5.3 trillion a day. On and on. Gold manipulation, as detailed and written in this issue by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Other big trend, price wars. Get ready for it. Here's something, this is going to go out later. We just started writing about it today. This is a headline. If these equity markets continue to go in the direction that they are, this is going to be a rocket that's going to knock Santa out of the sky, and the retail sales are going to plummet. Look what already happened with Black Friday. Came in on the red, didn't it? No, it didn't go up 4.1% as the National Retail Federation had predicted, down 11%. Now you pile on that, declining markets, fear spreading across the world of the overblown equity markets that were only propped up because of low interest rates and trillions of dollars of phony money flooding in. You're going to see a disastrous Christmas, which brings us to the trend price wars. You're going to see 50%, 75%. They're going to want to unload the garbage that they have made in China at any price they could get, rather than being caught with oversupply of product. You look at the sales, even at the luxury end, Prada's getting blown away, one after another. So when you start putting these trends together, how do they get your mind off it? I'll tell you how. You saw what they did with ISIS. Remember, they beheaded those guys. Ooh, beheadings are bad. Drones away. That's okay. That's a clean blowout, man. Bombs, fine, but no beheadings, and the people buy it. They buy it like they buy 32-ounce phosphorescent Slurpees. You could sell them anything. So when you start putting the trends together and keep looking where it's going, you go back into the positive ones, like you said. The millennial generation. They are going to be ripe for retrograde. This is the only generation coming up where they're looking, and those of us that are old enough, remember that all our lives, the polls used to show, the future is going to be greater than the present. Not anymore. Now they look at the future, they say, Maron, it's bad now, it's only going to get worse. They're looking for a future that they're going to take from the past. Remember, the Renaissance in Italy happened after the Black Plague. 60% of Europeans were killed. They were dead. They realized, what are we doing wrong? So they went back to the past. A renaissance, a rebirth, a rediscovery, retrograde. They're going to take from the past and retrofit it for the future. This is one of the biggest trends that people should look into, because the millennial generation, they're not stupid. A lot of these kids are really sharp, and they know they're getting shafted, and they can see who the shafter is, and they know they're getting it on the blunt end. So, manufacturers, it ties into local. It ties into high quality. We're finding out in our research at music schools, these kids aren't going back to rock and roll. They're not going back to Louis Armstrong. They're not going back to Ella Fitzgerald. They're going back to Bessie Smith. They're going back to Django Reinhardt. Beyond, they're going back to Jelly Roll Morton. They're going back to the roots of America that made this country what it was. Anybody can complain, and I don't want to hear the stories. I'm very aware of them. What we did to the genocide of the Indians, the inequality that we did to blacks. I'm very familiar with it. But this was also the land of opportunity. I make this very clear.
Gerald, stay there. Explain this when we come back. And we're going to look at some of the other trends with Gerald Celente straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones, your host, Infowars.com. Check out and get the new magazine. It's excellent at trendsresearch.com. You can also subscribe and see the nightly news at prisonplanet.tv. We always have the free feeds for the daily radio show at Infowars.com/show. Stay with us.
This hour of GCN programming is proudly sponsored by BlockitPocket.com. Protect your privacy and data and render your phone or device completely undetectable. Go under the radar when your phone's not in use with BlockitPocket.com.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
News flash. Home invasions are on the rise. It takes less than 10 seconds to kick in a door. 10 seconds is not enough time to protect your family. And what would happen if you're not home? Easy Armor is the ultimate security solution. 85% of break-ins are through a door. Protect your home now with Easy Armor. Go to invasionstopper.com to get real security for under $70. That's invasionstopper.com. Easy Armor. Your security is our only business.
I love a dark house. Inside is all the stuff you work so hard for, and I'm gonna rob you blind.
Don't be the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone is inside watching TV and makes your home unappealing to would-be thieves.
Don't these people ever leave?
Starting at $24.95, and there's free shipping. Go to faketv.com or ask for it at your local hardware store. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
What Gerald's getting at is the break cut him off. Alex Jones here back live. Is that you have to look at the time we lived in 250 years ago. We're only taught about America's evils, but when compared to other countries, it was very tame in some cases. In some, it was very barbarous. But the idea of not having a big government, not having royalty that's being bowed to in the White House today, the idea of the little people having ideas and quality. And I'm already seeing this renaissance as liberal trendies that move to Austin are not just going out and learning how to square dance, and I'm not saying that's even good, but it's good to see them trying to do something folky or authentic. They're going out and buying guns. They're going out and buying four-wheel drive trucks. They are breaking with the system and becoming more libertarian, more rugged. And unfortunately, original Texans are sitting in their trailer houses watching satellite TV all day and dying of heart attacks. But I think that's what Gerald's trying to get at. People going to truck farms, people going to organic farms, people getting into going to thrift stores to get their clothes. Half the time, it's better than a big... And I'm not saying big corporate stores are the devil in every case, but they're all lobbying to get laws passed where you can't have a farmer's market. So if we shop, just like the organic food market that didn't exist 20 years ago, and demand it, it will grow, it will lower the price, it will supplant the rest of the economy. And so there is a major quest now by young people, I'd say 30 and below, to look for something better. Is that what you're getting at, Gerald?
Yes, that's exactly it. And again, going back, quality. Look at the buildings they used to build. Look at the junk they put up now. A big box store. It's like going shopping in a large self-storage unit.
Yes.
So they're looking for quality because they know that quality is going to improve their lives. Beauty and quality are going to be big sellers. The marketers that understand it.
Rediscovering that beauty is wealth.
Exactly. Again, that was the Renaissance. And look what's happened. And again, as I was saying before, people could criticize this country. We were the envy of the world. It was the land of opportunity. As I say, my blood is Italian, but my heart is American. I could never be me if I was born anywhere else. The freedom that I was given, that they're taking away now. So going on to some other trends, and it all ties together. The golden age, the boomers are now, I'm born in 1946. This is one of the biggest markets to play at. You were talking about all the people sitting around watching stupid television. Going for the gold is going to go for the golden age. In exercises, no, not these muscle trips. How do you stay healthy and live longer? You go to our website. We did a video on June and Stanley Blum. They're 95 years old. Stanley began painting at 80. When you in other
that's how you stay alive, is learning and doing new things.
Exactly. And the marketers that understand that, in providing them products and services. And I'm not talking about walkers and canes.
No, treating old people like they're still people, and then they'll act like people and won't decide to go die, because all the studies show when old people feel like they're not needed by the tribe, they go turn off and die. When they're treated like elders and respected and brought in, they become the dynamic engine that then interlocks down to the first generation below them, and then that down to the young people. And that's why they've targeted the youth and told them to be forever kids when they're supposed to be men and women earlier. That's why they've told the old people, oh, it's your time to go to the beach, and then they go and just die instead of staying alive.
Perfectly said. And so the older you get, if you keep on learning, the wiser you get. I remember when I was a little kid, my father, may his soul rest in peace, eating dinner, he'd look at me and say, you know, son, they say youth is wasted on the young. Take a couple more bites and he'd say, they were talking about you.
Do 5 more with us, Gerald. Some overdrive to put bookends on it. See you tonight, Nightly News 7, folks. For others, Infowars.com/show. Support our local affiliates. Spread the word.
Genesis Communications Radio Network.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Fix bayonets. We are now entering overdrive with your host, Alex Jones, broadcasting live from the front lines. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Final segment with Gerald Celente, trendsresearch.com. His new Trends Journal coming out now. Paul Watson said being offended by a white Christmas song, in fact, I meant to play that. Let's play that tomorrow. I saw that last week. Is like thinking the Rolling Stones painted black is a call for black on white genocide. Insanity. Paul Watson tweeted. The article's by Adon Salazar, Texas lawmakers and schools. Yes, it's legal to say Merry Christmas. First, they said don't have an official holiday at Christmas at the school. Then they told kids don't give out Christmas cards. Well, you have a right to give out any card you want as long as it's not profanity. This is the totalitarianism. What do you see in this attempt to create hyper-political correctness in the future, Gerald Celente?
Well, what it's doing is it keeps robbing us of more and more of our rights. So that's where we're at. And that's where we're going. So, I mean, what's political correctness? Let's make this straight. There's nothing correct about anything political. These are a bunch of sellouts who are trying to run and ruin our lives. It's the system. And when are people going to stop letting the people in the system run and destroy their lives? Because you can name the heads of the system. And how could anybody with any self-respect or dignity believe what they say?
And how can the First Lady tell our kids what to eat? And how can the so-called liberals tell us we can't have Christmas trees? They can go to hell.
I agree.
I mean, who are they to tell us? Who are they when the real discrimination is all of us being signed on to the derivatives? I'm sure you saw the new bill they have to sign us all on to the derivatives as taxpayers.
I did. And also, to me, it's no big deal because with or without the bill, they're still going to steal our dough because it goes back to the top trends. One of them is bankism. It's not capitalism. It's a takeover. When are people going to call it what it is? So it's on every level. I want to show you something, Alex. When people talk about Russia, as I mentioned, we had a conference here this past weekend. This was given to me by one of the attendees. It's a famous graph of Napoleon's march to Russia. You can see the big line going into Russia. How many people he had? The 400 and something thousand, I believe it was. Yes.
And you can see how many came out.
422,000. You know how many came back? 10,000. 10,000. Hitler launched the greatest offensive of any time in history against Russia. They lost. Do you think the guys, this NATO group that can't beat a bunch of lightly armed people in Afghanistan, can't win in Iraq, are going to defeat the Russians? They're out of their minds. If Napoleon couldn't do it, if Hitler couldn't do it, you think Obama's going to do it? Maybe he'll do it between a game of golf and basketball.
Very well said. It is. That's the thing. I don't know if the hubris makes him strong or weak, but I know it makes him dangerous. That, like you said, a bunch of white shoe boys from Harvard. I've had top PhDs like Dr. Boyle and others on who went to the secret PhD programs there, and he says it is a Harvard mafia. If you want to blame one group, it's a Harvard mafia of pinheads.
Yep. Well, here's my line. 6 words have killed America. Harvard, Princeton, Yale, bullets, bombs, and banks. Go back to Princeton. Who was the guy that destroyed this nation probably more than anybody since the latest crew? Was Woodrow Wilson.
Look at Larry Summers.
Oh, yeah. Well, Woodrow Wilson brought us into World War I. That wasn't America. And the war was almost over. He's the guy that brought us the Federal Reserve. He's the guy that brought us income tax. Harvard, Princeton, Yale. Bill Clinton, the Yale boys. It's a gang. That's who they are.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to talk to you before the year ends. Thank you for the time. Gerald Celente, get your Trends Research Journal now. Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you.
The experts at Web.com want to build your business a successful website for free, just like we did for these current Web.com customers.
We've used and looked at other website designers, but there's nobody better than Web.com.
Web.com can build your website in as little as 7 days free. Plus, we'll promote it on all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If after 30 days you're happy, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support.
FullyBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.